Away from last night's glitz and glamour, the Grammys have recognised one of the most important figures in how we listen to music today. Alan Blumlein was an electronics engineer from Ealing who effectively invented stereo sound. He made this film in the 1930s to illustrate his invention. Now, you have to listen very carefully and you should be able to hear the sound move from right to left across your speakers. Incredible, isn't it? Well, his work was the basis of all the stereo systems that we have today. Who'd have thought that? Well, the Grammys have posthumously given him a special merit award, and I'm so delighted to say that his son Simon is here to talk about it. Thanks so much for coming in to talk to us. You must be so proud to see your dad being recognised in this way.
Oh, at last. It's been many, many years. He never had an obituary. It was all kept quiet to hide it from Hitler. They didn't want to give Hitler any pleasure whatsoever.
Yeah, because I read that he died during World War II, but it wasn't announced until 3 years later because of the secret nature of the work he was doing. It was a radar system he was working on.
Yes, he was working on H-2S radar, the bombing without seeing, and the plane caught fire. And the pilot tried to land it in near Simmons' yacht. And I've seen the bump. It really was an enormous accident. No, and it killed everybody on board. Including your father. I mean, he was so young when it happened, but he had achieved so much by that point. I think it was 127 other patents that he developed, and that was for technology and telecommunications and TV, for example, and radars. Were you aware of just how impactful he was? Not when he died. I was age 6. Yeah. So I knew nothing about what he was doing, really. Only the things he explained to me, like trains and things like that. And at what point did it hit you that actually my dad is responsible for something huge in terms of the whole way that we listen to music? Right. It built up through my whole life. It was intended that I should go to Imperial College. There was a place waiting for me. And I just didn't work hard enough for it because it all seemed so easy. Yeah. Thank goodness I didn't go because it was all on his name. I'd have loved it. And I've had to learn about electronics since then. And you also had a classical music shop, so the music element of things has carried through. Yes, the music element, and it was called Blumlein's. And I had a sign underneath, Blumlein, the first name in stereo. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, before you go, because we haven't got much time left, but there's something extra special in the pipeline where your dad's legacy is concerned. Well, in the pipeline is the making of a film on my father, which will be just the icing on the cake, because he really should be known better. And I'm so pleased that things like this are bringing his name forward. Absolutely. The world now knows his name, Simon, and that's amazing. Thanks so much for coming in. Not at all.